Good evening, y'all. Back here with less and more lighting. That whole panel has gone out, but we have the nice outdoor light. I darn well wish I was outside, able to do this outside, but as proven by last time, my laptop does not work outside. So, a couple options for that. Either one, get that fixed, which I ain't got no idea how to do. And second, I could lug this whole setup out there. Maybe next stream. Anyway. How are we all doing tonight? Captain Kira, Josh Calderon, Stickspell, Tori, finally here. Finally back here. Maybe it was because of the thumbnail. Who knows? Coleman H, blast that Frankie Jones tune I'm posting in the... You ain't gonna get by with me on that one, Coleman. You ain't gonna get by with me that one. Yeah, it has to be previewed before I blast nothing for the intro. Stickspell, yes, this is the yapper. You came for the yapper. You came and you will receive. Anyway. But yes, this is the. I can't remember if we have ever done a Saturday stream before, but this is now it because everything's different. Blast that! It's waking up. Which one was that? Did I already give you a response to that one? Was that the one I told you was in the wrong channel? I ain't going back to it. Hi-fi gear such as I do actually. Not in here in this room, but the other room definitely. So yeah, if you have any blast requests, I guess I can see about them. Oh yeah, well, here let's do an honorary blast of this. Crank up the phone volume, overload that all the way.
It's waking up, busting your butt, trying to earn a little extra pay. It's taking her out when you get off to the creek for fishing day. It's a way of life, it's choosing right, it's praying when you get home. It's black nights, it's a ride or die down the two-lane back road.
That's enough of that. That is enough of that. Fishing date. I hope that was the one you're talking about, Hook. Yeah, the fishing date. And the trying to earn a little. It's waking up, busting your butt, trying to earn a little extra pay. Little. That's what got it for me. Trying to earn the little extra pay. Pop up that good Lenny Kravitz. I might actually rather blast one of the metal songs that Hook posts in the music channel from Lenny Kravitz. Because unlike the metal songs, you can actually hear his lyrics. You know? You can hear more of it, and that in that situation, in that case, detracts heavily from it. American Woman. That's more of a pass. You know, that has more of a pass than Fly Away. I can tell you that. Of course, Stickspell. That's a great song. Great oldie. You know, I think you need more of that in your life. I think we all should admit that. French metal over Lenny Kravitz. You know what? That might actually be the key to making Lenny Kravitz listenable. That could be. Closeted metalhead. Yeah, I just go in my closet and bang my head against the wall every night because of you all. You know, having to stream for all of your demands. Yeah, there we go. Read Inverse's comment. I won't. So I was gonna say, you all better be prepared for good amount of yapping on stream. So this is what you're going to get. But as you all know, this is the first Saturday stream because everything is different this time. It's the first Saturday. Everything is different with this week. I had planned to stream earlier in the week, but obviously I got too caught up with the other things I was doing. Um, would you put a in front of it instead? No, God, I'm more of the dadgum guy. Uh, Mater was my childhood. Um, she's a, that might have been actually pretty funny though if I said that. Yeah, how's it going, Jace? It's going well, my guy. Going real nice. How's it going for you, man? Good seeing you back here. I'm not sure I've seen you around here that much. Oh yeah, clear the waters, everybody. You guys here, fan of Watt and You know what? I can respect that. That's something I could get with as well. Yeah, but oh, and there's our good friend Sajin on I could see on Discord posting all of his very very hateful emotes on my stream. Yeah, we got the carry on. We got the 3D version of himself giving the thumbs down. Classic. Yeah, everybody. You're all going at it again. You're all going to get bit. You're all going to get bit bad. Jace, your BC. I, I don't know if I have. I've shown it on stream, I think, before. No, Sajin put an L on there. Stick spell. I think shouldn't we all know who Sajin is by now? He does. He does. He never even watches. He never could even come here to be graced by your comments. You know, he's never able to be here to have a laugh with you, man. Yeah, Stickspell, you were not in my server earlier on. But what? How did Hook and Inverse? How does Hook know him? Oh, because Hook, he was a part. Didn't you try to be part of his community for a little while? Hook, you do it. I'm staying out of this one for now. The server that this is in is the one that's posted on the advertise section. If that link is still valid, I can send you another one. Otherwise, of course he did. What's he called? Sajin Singh, I think that's how you do it. Jay sent me a video. No, he didn't. He didn't send me no video. Jace didn't send me nothing. Oh yeah, a while ago he did. Angry Grandpa versus Stephen Quire. Very nice. Catfish. You're a rare sight around here. How'd you get yourself on over here? No, I'm not Sajan. Catfish. If that wasn't clear before, I'm afraid I'm not him. But we were talking about him. He always likes to put his emotes on my stream whenever I post them in the server. But he ain't ever coming over to chat with us. Oh man, Coleman, you've been listening to too much metal. Too much metal. You need some hearing aids. You're gonna need stronger hearing aids than Tom Araya. Because he actually needs hearing aids. I found an interview. Message in Discord somewhere? Yes, he very much does. Catfish, I think we all know about that. You know, if we're ever wondering what he's really thinking about us, there's that. And, you know, It's clear as day. Oh, you're. Anyway, we're gonna be moving on. But like I was saying, the whole schedule is different because I was planning on streaming earlier in the week, but we were caught up, obviously, and I think this might be our strategy moving forward here because I'm liking Saturday as a stream evening. You know, I always found it a bit much to go Sunday evening doing a stream and then having to, just get up in the morning after for class. Um, I just think that was a little bit much. I would like to have a little bit of a break. I wouldn't like to get off the stream and then immediately have to prepare everything I need for class tomorrow. So, I think that Saturday is how it's going to be sticking. Can you show me your BC Rich, please? Of course, man. I was, yeah, and yes, I was. That odd pause. I was trying to turn that into something. It was going to be stupid. Your BC Rich. Back here. So you better love BC Riches, Jace, because I'm going behind the foosball table. I'm behind the foosball table, man. So you gotta do this. Here it is. Immediately, yeah, no surprise. No surprise there, man. Yes, this is my BC Rich, Jace. Are you a fan? Yeah, I have no electric guitars, just basses. The only 6 strings I have are just the acoustic ones. Oh, did you go in that server? You're definitely going to be a standout in that server. Hold on, was it that same one? I can't find the welcome section. Did you join? Dang it! I should buy an electric guitar. I should, man. I have my latest investment has obviously, I ain't gotta pick it up, it's heavy. My accordion down there, that's been the latest instrument investment. But yeah, I think it's about time for a new one, a new investment to be going down. And yeah, maybe an electric guitar is where it is at. It's going to be at for me. But I would like to wait a little bit because I would like to get new instruments when I know I would need them or use them for something. Because as of now, I can't think of much of what I would need an electric guitar for. As of now. But if I find that I need one, that's when I would like to get one. But like as of now, actually yeah, as of now, an electric organ is where my investments should lie. Thought you had an Epiphone? No. No, man. I ain't gonna be seeing no Epiphones in this house. I have a little anecdote about Epiphone that I'm gonna be telling you earlier. Just thinking of that before I got on the stream. Collab on a diss track to who? Nope. Nope. I don't have a. I don't have two BC Riches. That's. Oh, you meant the other. I completely missed the point. I was thinking, where have I pulled out the BC Rich before? It wasn't this BC Rich. It was that BC Rich. It's the Warlock. Yeah, no. I have these two BC Riches, and then the other three are all very, very off-brand. Hollow Body. Colin, were you high watching my streams? Were you watching me while high? Well, you ain't the only one. All I'm going to say. Working on a Waffle Pone diss track. What would I have to put in a diss track against them? I'm ghostwriting for Steven. Or I didn't say nothing. I did not say nothing. Diss track, well, maybe I can do a little ghostwriting for you, man. Just hit me up. We'll see about that. You have a Squire bass and an Epiphone Les Paul. Good. Nice. Epiphone Les. Jesus Waffle Pone diss track. A cover on Jace's Waffle Pone diss track. Okay, Sticks. Okay. But yeah, I really like the tone on this one. This is has a very ubiquitous tone for it. You can even hear it when I plugged in. You can hear that, right? Your Monsters Ghost Rider? Well, you're slow to the job, Hook. I'm yet to receive the lyrics. You know, this is the first I'm hearing about it. I'm waiting for the big break. You know, just where are you at, man? Fishing spot reviewer, your Ghost Rider. For what? What's that model called? It's an NJ series Mockingbird. Speak, you need to raise it. I see. I see there. Yeah, very nice model. Very ubiquitous. Very Bristol tone. Michael Jordan. Discord and review service. If I even mentioned Fishing Spot, well, we ain't one of those. And by the way, Catfish, if you want, if you so desire, we have a Fishing Spot reviewer mention friendly community. Jace, I hope you're still here. Because we have the one that Coleman was referring to. Do you wear wigs? No, but I was actually in an antique place that had a wig section a few days ago, and I was just pondering that we all could use more wigs in our life. How do you think so? You know, you wouldn't even, and so you would not even have to dye your hair different colors. You could just put a different one on each day. Have you worn them? Well, for that Jack in person. Chat's going too fast. Checked. I'm already in your Discord. No, you ain't. Unless you're on some... I know who everybody's alt accounts are. Oh, no. No, it's that, I know how you got here. It was my other server, my backup server that you're in. That used to be Robert Hayes's that he gave me. Now this is the real one. Warlock is like, yeah, I mean, it is a BC Rich. It's from the, like, sometime in the 80s. Cannot go wrong with it. Will I wear wigs? When the time's right, of course. Takes you to the general store. Would you rather me have you funnel through the gift shop on the way there? I ain't that slimy. When will you wear wigs? And see, calm down. One of my eyes is looking at you. My non-lazy eye is looking right at you, telling you to please calm down. Perfect black metal. Well, actually, this was used for speed metal before I acquired it. Took me to the NM Hoedown Discord. Is that the one? Yeah, that link took you to the Hoedown? No, it did not. Do I need to... Better not be razzing me here. There we go. Younger list. Yeah, I heard you mention that before. I definitely could see that. Like the younger, less Claypool, that the resemblance was striking, I'd say. That did catch me off guard. She's out of control. Enver, she's your property. You know? Control your own folks there. With the mustache, oh yeah, or the mustache. I'm looking at a different comment. Yeah, with the base, it does. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this might be too sharp cut for Les Claypool. You know, maybe earlier Les Claypool. Like early black metal. Yeah, and actually good. Much better than black metal. I ain't a metal listener, but speed metal over black metal any day, I'd say. He definitely got. Oh, You ain't wrong. Anyway. Speed metal is Motorhead. You like Motorhead? I feel like, I mean, maybe later Motorhead is more metal, but I would not consider the more iconic Motorhead songs to be that metal. You know, um, they're in that era of pushing hard rock into the metal era, but I wouldn't. They would not be my first thoughts for speed metal. You know. See you later. You're gonna watch Clapton Kira? Jace, you're gonna watch Clapton Kira. Well, okay, that's a collaboration that it's an unexpected collaboration. Is that Eric Clapton and Captain Kira? He's gonna watch Clapton. That's just hilarious because Jace that autocorrected because Jace looks up Eric Clapton all the time. That's so funny because his captain is a very that's a more normal and more regularly typed word than Clapton. People type captain much more than Clapton, so it was his autocorrect because he looks up Clapton so much. Dang. It's thrashy. Yeah. They would not be my first thought for metal. Ace of Spades. Yeah, I could see that. I don't listen to them a whole bunch, but yeah, Ace of Spades has to be their most popular. But that's coming after Def Leppard and Poison. It's coming off of those bands, Jace took a big bite out on Munster. And maybe we might be talking like LSD at this point. That's what you're envisioning. Venom inspired Metallica, Venom inspired Motorhead. Could see that. Captain Key O'Reilly. I like Clapton Kira better. This I prefer the other one for its tone. I mean, you can play metal out the wazoo with this one, but I mean, I don't practice with this one a whole lot, so I have to remind myself. Yeah, similar tone. Definitely similar, but I can always prefer the other one. Clapton Cure with their song "Coke." Oh, that's one right there. That's it. That is what you should be pitching to her. Then her next stream. Wait till next stream, man. But the thing is, she'd probably do it. She'd probably make it into one of her AI songs that she plays on her streams. I can tell she really likes those AI songs. Okay. Expel Sir Monster. Okay, see. Okay, so the tangled web that we all weave. Oh, and good to see you. Thank you for joining, Catfish. Oh, Jace sent me his diss track. No, we all have seen his classic diss track. We all remember that one. Yeah, I stream once every week. She streams every single day. She ain't gonna miss you. Tell she ain't gonna miss you. Out there streaming every day. Oh, Hook. That might send him over the edge. That might do it for him. You know, because she was one of the last ones for him, you know? One of the last ones that had not blocked him. I don't know if Casey was ready to hear that. I don't know if he was prepared for that. Yeah, Casey. Some things you just gotta accept. I mean, but anyway, speaking of that, the stream I didn't. Yeah, I streamed. Yeah, I streamed Friday of last week, and that was probably a. Did I stream? No, I streamed Saturday of last week. I did. Not Friday. So yeah, the Saturday thing is going to be sticking. I've decided. Just going to be much more efficient, I think, and easier. But yeah, I was planning on streaming earlier this week, but we got quite caught up. Sir Monster back in action. Of course, Mr. Cerulean 9002. Good to see you. I feel like you're slightly familiar, but if you are, welcome back. And if you aren't, well, welcome here for the first time, man. But yeah, as for those of you who were out of the know, I took a little trip. This is my spring break. You're back. Did we? Yeah, I think I remember you from one time. Are you the one guy who accused me of being Catholic? Was that you? Anyway, as long as you're not Super King, you're fine. Or Jotistic. Anyway. But it is my spring break right now, and early in the week, took a little trip out to the. I ain't gonna say exactly where, but it was somewhere in the suburbs of one of the great cities. Body is higher. My body is higher than yours, of course, because I have my seat. See, look, this would be if I look now. Now I'm lower than you, but I always keep it up here because I am the streamer and you are merely the viewer. Count from what to what? Count down from count all numbers of pi. Maybe for another stream. Check out the band The Pixie. Oh. Yeah, I slightly remember you. I think the profile says it all. Clapton Kira Muke is mighted. Help her. Got a stream to run myself, and I wouldn't know anyway. I would not know how to do any of that. especially not over text. Pixies. Yeah, vaguely. And I was playing the accordion. That would have been a while ago. I hadn't played the accordion in a while. But yeah, I took a little trip to the suburbs of one of the great cities, and had the pleasure of meeting somebody we all know. But yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting Tori from our community and from the waffle community. For those of you who weren't there for the last Waffle Pone stream, there was that took up quite the segment on there. That took up quite the segment, and I wish all of you were there to see it. And the stream got taken down, but is still up, so you can go out and see it. Thoughts on the roommate? Cool guy. But yeah, hence the thumbnail. And if you'd seen the stream, you'd have known about that. But yeah, no, I was out there for 3 days, and we just had a great time out there. It was our first time riding the Metra train. We had to do that to get around over there, and it was quite efficient that we're both staying by the tracks, actually by a station for the Metro line, and I thought that was going to be all fine and easy, and partially it was, for the most part. What the Casey? I told you Casey was not going to take it well. I told you he wasn't going to take it well. Okay. What? Sir Monster. What am I saying? Casey, how old did you think Tori was? If you're saying. Wait, did this comment get deleted? I didn't. I did not delete this comment. That was strange. I do not have any moderators present here. I don't know who or what could have deleted the comments. But I don't know. I had nothing to do with that. You forgive me, Casey? Well, that's very mature of you. It's very nice. Very nice. YouTube will delete if you. I didn't know about that. I didn't know YouTube had choice words. Dang. Well, I told you it wasn't going to take a while, but he forgives me now. I know Casey. He's a trooper. He'll get affected by something, and he'll feel it very strongly at first, but he'll eventually let it pass over. So that's always what we can be respecting about him. Anyway, that completely derailed what I was saying. That completely derailed my story about the train. That derailed my train story. Ain't much of a story, but does lead into a slight rant here, because last time I was in that area, I took one of the elevated trains that go through the city, right? And to do that, you had to go get tickets at the ticket machine. You just do it normally. You go in and pay for it, put your cash or your card in, and then you get the tickets. All fine and well. So I thought, this Metro thing ain't gonna be no problem. And for the most part, again, it was not. But maybe this changed. Maybe this changed since the last time I was there. Or it's just different from Metra, and the people at Metra just want to give you the hardest time that they can. Good evening, Robert Hayes. But there was a ticket machine there in front of the station, it looked like. But there was nothing that there's nowhere you could insert cash or card or anything. You had to get these tickets from this exclusive app of theirs. You had to get this app thing. To get these tickets for the train. Nope. Nope forever. That ain't something that I'm wanting to be tolerating ever again. Poor planning. How could I have known? How could I have known? The last time I was there, it was completely fine and it was normal. Could I expect them to do something? Well, it's the 2020s. We're heading into the mid 2020s, so maybe that is something we should be expecting. Man, and the thing took so long to finally get these tickets. We were on the train already when we finally were able to get this thing to work. And I'm glad it did, because it worked just in the nick of time. And I ain't sure if they still do the standard procedure, which was standard procedure for many, many years, where they take you to the back and throw you right off. I do hope they still do that, because that's what you get for riding illegally. But if that is still a thing, we dodged that bullet by getting these things right away. But it wasn't just something that you go and buy tickets online. It's an app that you have to set up, install, and there were what was it? Yeah, there were security questions that you had to fill in and answer that. It's just train tickets. Just for train tickets. Most of the people who ride the train ain't gonna be. Like, when does that kind of decision come up in the, what should we do to improve our services, our transport services? Make a convoluted, complicated thing that you have to install and create and. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know about that. Okay, I'll be heading over to Metro headquarters. I did not know about that. Okay, they have gone too far. If I'd known about that earlier, I ain't gonna leave the stream right now, but when I get the chance. Oh, Metro corporations. You done too many wrong. You done too many folks wrong here. Better be expecting to hear from us. Be expecting to hear from me personally. Dear Mr. Metro. Travesty. A travesty of transport. Probably how you load money on a bus. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody. We barely had any time for that. We barely had any time for that. Any at all. And there was that ticket machine thing out front, which I don't even know what you'd have done with it, because you couldn't even. Did you have to scan the thing? I would guess not, because we didn't have to do that. So, anyway, that was one hump that we had to get over But the rest was smooth sailing from then on out. It was. So yeah, the rest of the day was great. It was, well, there was the ghetto. Uh, there was the ghetto. That was the train ticket thing bothered me to my core, so that stuck with me. But that kind of made me forget the hood that we had to go through as soon as we got off the train. Um, yeah, Tori, what was if you're still here? What were your thoughts on that hood that we had to go through to get that place? Because I mean, I wasn't being too observant with it. I was just anticipating, um, where we're going. But yeah, those guys. I ain't gonna say what you what you really said about those guys. But yeah, there were two guys that we were walking behind that kept. One of the guys was about to like break his neck. The amount of times he was looking back at us. I mean, we're just minding our own business. I think having a little conversation, maybe. I don't know if we were even making a noise, but they. I don't know. I think I was probably yapping. I was at least. This guy was going. It was just these guys were just seemed like they were minding their own business, talking with each other. But this one guy kept going. But yeah, those certain guys. The other one, oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, but I get the one guy. I think he looked back, but the other guy, he just was. I don't know what he was seeing on us that. Well, I do know what he saw about us is we were probably the most different out of all the folks in that area. I think it's safe to say. I was thinking about that. That thought did cross my mind, Coleman. And I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it because, I mean, they might have overheard, and I wouldn't want to be making anybody nervous there. Flashy. That's a good way of putting it. Flashy. Yeah. Yeah, we were definitely the most flashy. We stood out like a light in the dark. I'm trying to figure out. Trying to figure out how you manage to stay so chill while everyone else is getting heated. Ain't gonna credit that quote, Josh? But yeah, we made it safe to this place. Was the antique shop that had just about everything in it. It was AI generated. Where did you just put that into Chat GPT or something? What gave you the idea to do that? My stream starting soon board is still down here. It's bugging me. Get that out of here. And these two talking about. I've just been tuning out, Robert. Which two? Having AI write messages. You're having AI write as in write. Yeah, they're. I don't think the AI is going to be saying anything right. You can't. You're not gonna find out the right message from an AI, Josh. I must say. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, but we made it to this place. Probably the most eclectic antique shop I've ever been to. They just had everything. Like they had it all. A lot of clothing, a whole lot of clothing, a lot of furniture. They even had like pieces of stained glass in there, like big pieces of stained glass from windows. Like it almost looked like they had taken them from either an abandoned or demolished church or something. Because that was the first time I'd seen large pieces of stained glass art just being sold in a store. So yeah, that was the first time seeing that. But swords, yeah. You should have told your roommate about the swords. Man, I like those. Yeah. I've not seen that many real swords in one place before. I don't come to think of it. I've not seen many real swords sold, but there was just a bucket of swords, of real swords, out there, just in a bucket. You could take out, try out, I guess, test out on some of the mannequins in there. That's what I should have gotten, an extra mannequin. I always use the extra protection. But yeah, just need that extra protection against the certain guys we were walking behind. But yeah, you just go and test out swords there, I guess. But there was also, like, I think there was at least one suit of armor, like full suit of armor there, and there were several pieces of armor, plates, helmets that were just kind of scattered throughout this big main room. Robert, I don't give a dime about whatever that is. And neither should you. Anyway, I know, I'm talking about the store that has armor in it, and you're thinking about Sacred John, whatever. But yeah, the store, only store I think I've ever seen that had at least one suit of armor and different pieces of armor, and I'm not sure where that would have come from. I doubt any of that is really, to period. But I'm guessing that those are mostly replicas that were probably used for something in film, because they were very, very realistic looking, and I'm thinking that probably a lot of unused props were donated to this store, because there's so many things there that you would not expect to see, but I guess only in a city like that you would. But it really gave me the feeling that there was a lot of donated props there. And on the other hand, I definitely got the impression that a good, Tori, what would you say? 40% of the items in there, maybe 30 to 40% of the items in there were stolen. It was giving me a major pawn shop impression. Where you can just tell, it's like, yeah, these things were not donated here. Somebody took these and took them here. Yeah, bro. Robert, you might be scaring Casey away. You know, we're all here for Casey. You know, hopefully you ain't, but yeah, he might be getting some off feelings from you, Robert. Anyway, but yeah, there was a whole costume section in the store, and it seemed like a bigger selection of costumes than most costume stores I've been to. Just they just had it all. Like the walls were just ceiling to floor, lined with masks. All these really bizarre masks. So they just had it all there. But my favorite section of it was this little corner where they had all their music gear, right? And most of the pieces of music gear that was there, it was all in jokes for me. Like all of their equipment and the gear there were in jokes that I had previously had. Like they had a bunch of what do you call scumbag gear, scumbag equipment. You know that late '90s, early 2000s gear that has just a million knobs on it. That bands like Three Doors Down are going and using. I'm talking about that scumbag gear. Three Doors Down. Was it Seether? They're probably using that kind of thing. But yeah, seeing all that stuff concentrated there was enough. But then I go and look up and I see on a shelf they have a kick drum up on the top shelf, and was just totally something that Alter Bridge would have used. Did I get a picture of it? I know I got a picture of one of these things. Probably should have had these prepared. Did I get a photo of it? Hold on. Yeah, I might not have. But yeah, there was this kick drum that Alter Bridge. It just screamed Alter Bridge that they would use it because it was entirely black all around, had black heads that had that kind of plasticky finish on them, and this white cross on it, and the font was just, it screamed of like Alter Bridge. Like no church band is going to be using that. Alter Bridge or Creed or Alter Bridge probably used that at some point, and they either ditched it, trashed it, or got stolen from them and found its way into that shop. But dang, I wish I did get a picture of it, because the whole thing, it just screamed like Alter Bridge, and they probably were over there using that same scumbag gear. But that was not all, because the crown jewel of it, in the corner, in the furthermost corner of this corner, was something I just had to get a picture of. And yeah, we were talking about this kind of thing earlier, but Epiphone Strat. Epiphone Strat. There you have it. I got excited for a second when I first saw it. Going, oh, it's first nice piece of equipment we've seen here. And then I finally see Epiphone. It's an Epiphone. Like, what? What more can I say? That entire corner was just a total in joke for me. You got the scumbag gear and an Epiphone Strat. How perfect is that? Like, out of all the places that Pat Finnerty needs to visit, if y'all are fans of Pat Finnerty, it's that place because for me, people in the know, it could not have been more perfect. I was thinking, I'm just going, how is this possible? All of this in one place? Man. That was just amazing. But the Epiphone Strat just topped it. It topped it. But yeah, that was an interesting, very interesting shot. Oh, also there was this. You can see, oh yeah, this is a piano that is probably the most bougie piano I've ever seen. Oh, and this store was a complete and total mess, by the way. I forgot how much of an absolute mess it was. There's all those bags. It's like sports bags on the floor. There's a Wilson bag. And then you have some ladies' fur hats on top of it. But can you all tell me that this is not the bougiest piano you've ever seen? This thing has candelabras built into it. And all the gold detailing on it is not just painted on. It actually is, it almost seemed like copper. That it was like, what would you call it? Like there was copper, like crafted onto it. You know, the red on it was mostly paint, but it had, copper that was crafted onto it. Not anything like I had seen before, and that was in my local pawn shop. I definitely would have the thought cross my mind to pick that up immediately, because, well, how could you pass up something like this? But if I could even get to it, because I could not get past all the Wilson bags and fur hats, I would have played it. I'd played one key on it, and it was severely out of tune. Not too unique of a tone, but I definitely would like to hear its story, because I've not ever seen anything like it before, and can only imagine where it did come from, or if that was a product that was produced commonly, or if it was custom designed, which is what my first thought would be, is that it is a custom design of some sort. But again, designed for who? If we had more time, I definitely would have gone and asked about that. But yeah, that was a very, very interesting store. It was one of the most interesting I've ever been in, because there was not a whole lot they did not have. They had just about it all. They had it, just about had it all. But yeah, glad that we ended up doing that. But then, oh yeah, the same day was the namesake of the stream's title. The title sake of the stream. The Olive Garden. Now, I had not ever in my life been to an Olive Garden once. I'm getting saturated by that light. Hold on a second. I'm in a little. I have a little colorless rainbow right there. How about that? I guess it shows how straight I am. I still have it. I still have it. Nah, that's even worse. There we go. Back to light bulb head. But should I? That gonna be accentuating the. That gonna be driving the point home further. I go now about the. You can't see me. Now about this here Olive Garden. So I've not ever been there once in my life. I had never really had the desire to go there either. Didn't hear too much about it. I can't really say why. I had never been there. Like especially as a kid, I had not even heard of it. There was only one that was on the opposite side of town, and it still is the only one in this town. Right across the street from the Golden Corral, which I've been to Golden Corral once before, and it was when I was 5, and I liked it. So if I went to one now, would I even go to one now? We'll see. I mean, if I was with my grandparents, yes, I would go most definitely. I would not disappoint my grandparents by not going with them to the GC. That's just a rule you have to abide by. But you used to love their fettuccine alfredo. Yeah, that was the Paige was telling me that was what I should have ordered there instead of anything else. He said that was pretty much the only good thing there. I hope you're talking about Olive Garden's fettuccine alfredo because if Golden Corral tried to do that, that might be a different story. But anyway, I actually recently heard that Olive Garden was pretty good from somebody. I think like one or more people. I heard that was good. So again, Olive Garden was not my idea. That was Tori and her roommate's idea. So I thought, you know what, you gotta try these things eventually. So went there, and as soon as we walked in there, the smell hit me instantly, and it was not a bad smell. The scent of Olive Garden is not bad, but it just made me feel uneasy, and I could not tell exactly why, but it just did. And so I ordered this ravioli thing. I cannot even remember what it was called. Some name. And it had a bunch of cheese and cream around it. What did Casey say? Do a bad Olive Garden? I cannot assume that they would be any different, though. Stickspell, Tory Inverse. It was my cat's liver who stopped working. Oh, your cat. Oh, there's. I hope your cat ends up getting better, man. Tory Boost, smart person, Stickspell Inverse. Well, that is very nice of you. That is very nice of you, man. That's why we keep you around. You are a nice guy. Yeah, the ravioli. However you pronounce that, it was that. We'll just go with that. But I could, as soon as I took the first bite of this thing, I could instantly tell what kind of dairy they were using. Instantly. Because it was that kind of low quality dairy that makes people think they're lactose intolerant. Many of the people who think they're lactose intolerant are not. It is the low quality stuff, the bad quality stuff that makes them sick. I'm one of those. I, for a long time, thought I was lactose intolerant. I stayed away from all dairy until I accidentally had dairy a couple of times, and I went, "Well, hold on, this is kind of fishy. I'm lactose intolerant." Well, I wasn't. It was just the real cheap stuff that those restaurants are using. That's the bad stuff. It's extremely low quality. Jack and Steven actually were talking about this on stream about a year ago. But it was when they tried having cereal with milk after several years and made them feel sick. That the mass produced very low, cheap, bad quality milk actually, if you can, and you can look that up, contains a large amount of pus. I have no prettier way of putting it, but it has pus in it. You can go figure how it gets in there, but yeah, it does. Phrasing indicate. Oh, yeah, Robert. Ugh. You ain't making it. Can we just talk about burgers or cars or something in the chat? Robert, you're much better at that than whatever this discussion is. Art Hayes, more like oh, you're digging that. You're digging that knife in. Anyway, why am I letting you all distract me about my rant about Olive Garden? We ain't over this yet. Olive Garden is not off the hook. All right, there we go. But yeah, this low quality dairy, it has a considerable amount of pus in it, and it's pumped full of a bunch of junk, whatever they pump into these cows, all that junk. That it all gets into it, you know. So I could immediately tell because it made me uneasy, and I also had that aftertaste in the back of my mouth that reminded me of those old milk boxes that I used to drink when I was 5 years old. I remember that was the first time when I was 5 years old, and we're getting these little milk boxes from Kroger. I remember that was the first time I ever felt sick from a dairy product. And that's what kind of convinced us that that it was dairy in general that I could not have. But many people who think they can't have dairy or they can't have gluten, wheat products, it's because they're getting the low quality stuff. In America, like I mentioned with wheat, they can go spray whatever on it. They are allowed to spray really whatever they please on it. And in Europe, that stuff is highly, highly regulated, and they're not allowed to do that. That's highly regulated what you can spray on your grains. People who, in America, who think they cannot do wheat or gluten, if they have products that are made with European grains, they have no reaction. It's only the American stuff that is the cheap junk. Gluten, I'm telling you, yeah. And it's the stuff they do here. The junk milk, you know, the wheat and the milk. The wheat and the milk. Those are probably some of the most common things that people say that they are intolerant to. You know, I go around to anybody. If you ask around what people have, what people can't have, most often or not, it's going to be dairy or gluten. A lot of people think they can't, but it's just the junk stuff that we have here. And you can get the high quality stuff if you look in the right places. But yeah, a lot has fooled a whole bunch of people, but not me anymore. Because I know I ain't never gonna get that thing at Olive Garden, whatever it was. I'm getting anything that has a high amount of dairy in it. Um, Go disco dancing, that's what I'm saying. Remember when he was talking about he was going to his the teenage discos years ago? I remember he was talking. He had in the past talked about going to a disco. Um, but dang, yeah, I know better now. I'm doing this. I'm making the same mistake. I'd go in and getting too many dairy products at Olive Garden, and I advise you all, if you think that dairy is making you uneasy, well, you're very, very likely just having the wrong stuff. As I've come to find out. But yeah, anyway, that did not ruin the time there. I did get one of their soups. It was this sausage and potato soup. That was actually quite good. That was good. So that was able to, tide me over for the night. But you know what? At least I went to Olive Garden. I found my way over to Olive Garden. It took some coaxing over there for me to finally experience it. And I'm glad I did. And I'm glad I'm here to tell you that Olive Garden is cheap. It is pseudo-Italian. And they don't care about what they're giving you. All for making the best profit off of the cheapest ingredients. I know better. Sounds good. Yeah, that was good. It was. There's not too many ways that they can f that up. So that was a safe item. All good. Took the words right out of my brain that I could not bring to words. Olive Garden, Panda Express. Yeah, what else? Taco Bell. Taco Bell's the Mexican version of that. Yeah. Those the three foreign heavy hitters. Taco Bell, Panda, Olive. Well, anyway, I've at least gotten to experience it. Am I going back? Absolutely not. What would I rate it? For what it is. For what it is, pretty good. For the dishes that they have, it's pretty good. It is, it's not too bad. There's a whole lot to be desired, and whole lot to be desired there. But it's not too bad. So, for what it is, I would give it, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I would give it a 9 out of 10. But, for the cheapness that they employ there, that brings it all the way down to about 5 out of 10. So, that is how it goes. So, your opinion about Applebee's? I've never been to an Applebee's. And I do not ever plan on going to Applebee's. You can thank Walker Hayes for that. I've only been Josh. I refuse to accept that you have that low of an opinion of me. I refuse to think that you find me to be that dirty of a man. I've only been to a Taco Bell once. I've only eaten at a Taco Bell once in my life. That was 2008. I think I was like 3 or 4 years old, and that is the last time I ever went there. And I remember not liking it. I do. Well, everybody likes Chipotle, so that's not even a relevant. Not even relevant. Everybody goes to Chipotle. I like that. Sure do like that. Tori, why didn't we go there? Why couldn't we just find a Chipotle or something? That's always good. Oh, and they have some kind of like vegetarian thing. They have they have like a ground tofu or something, don't they? We should go in there. You've ne- Okay. You've been to Olive Garden. You used to never been to it. Wow. Same to you. You're in Alabama. That's understandable. You know that you're that doesn't count. But Tori, you never. And that's somewhere where I know a lot of like vegetarian, vegan people go because they have well, enough that you can have there that be compatible with that. And they do have this like I think it's seasoned ground tofu or something. Looks kind of good, but I don't know. Yeah, next time. Yeah, that's my first thought. Of a applicable option. But I don't know. We could do better than that. Do better than Olive Garden and Chipotle put together. We don't have a Del Taco. That's something that I have. The only time that I've ever seen a Del Taco in person was when I went to California last year. That is the first time I had ever seen a Del Taco. Tomorrow you're making. Robert says tomorrow he's making fajitas for dinner. So yeah, go ahead, Robert. Show me tomorrow. You'll show me your vaginas. I'd love to see your vaginas, Robert. Good luck with making your vaginas. Low ratings. I could imagine. Yeah, I've heard it's good, Tori. It looks good, and everything they have there has been that I've tried there has been good. So I can imagine it is. Yeah, yeah. You miss Grace. Oh, Robert, you miss Grace. You're Rob. Come on, man. Being here in this live chat since she had been on social media for a while. Oh, you miss her being here. I was thinking you were saying, oh, you miss Grace, just in general. I was about to say, oh, come on, man. Yeah, Hayden Grace. I have to say, can't say I disagree. Anyway, what was I even saying? But Yeah, I'm over the Olive Garden thing. I've gotten that off my chest. Finally gotten the aftertaste of the like Horizon. What was it called? What brand was that? The old milk boxes that I used to get as a like 5-year old. I can't remember what those were. Anyway, I've finally gotten that aftertaste out here. Ugh, don't want the taste of 2009 still with me. Kemp's. It was something that was like in a red package that had like a cartoon cow on it. It wasn't Kemp's, I don't think. I'm thinking if it was like Horizon or something. It's the one that I'm sure Starbucks still has it, but when we would go to Starbucks, that's what I would always get. They would have that out front with their packaged beverages. Yes, this is it. This is what it is. I was right. I thought I'd been wrong. Yeah, here we go. Do you mean 2009? Yeah, I don't want the taste of 2009 with me, right? I have fond memories of 2009, of me as a 5-year-old, going into kindergarten, all that. It's fond memories, but I ain't taking the tastes with me. I'll tell you that. This stuff, that I don't know if Starbucks still has this, but this is always what I would get there. This stuff. Eating cereal, listening to listening to. Oh man, Hook, man. You should just take over streaming for me at this point. 13 in 2009. If I was 13 in 2009, I probably would not have too many fond memories of that. I was 13 in 2017. 2017, I ain't got the fondest memories of it. Some, but don't have the fondest memories of 13-year-old me. I can tell you that. I mean, whole kindergarten. Oh yeah, anytime. All of them. Back then, I used to really enjoy going to the mall. I used to really enjoy going there. I used to like going to Target. Feels weird to even say that anymore. Ugh. Um, yeah, that's in my past. The Gymboree store, Gaps. Um, what else? So yeah, that's. I think that might have been the year that they got their new food court there. I used to go to this local pizza place that they had in there. They had this the only Chick-fil-A in town. Oh, those were fine days when the only Chick-fil-A in town was in the mall. Yeah. And the music was not unbearable. Music was not unbearable. What would have been humming on the way to school? I mean, there was Soul Sister. That would have been in my ear in the mall. You know what? It feels wrong, but compared to the stuff you hear now, compared to mall music now, yeah, it's safe to say that I had no problem with it. I would have been bopping to 2009 mall music. I was 5 years old, couldn't have known any better. Just give me a break. Um, yeah, what songs would have been in my ear at that time? Humming on the way to kindergarten, Black Eyed. what? What's that one song of theirs? I know it, and I hear it all the time. It's one with it has a dumb name. That one Black Eyed Peas song. Mm, favorite albums. Now that is the best answer you could give. Best answer, right there. Shrek 2 soundtrack. Like, with a gun to your head, that should be your answer. It's like, forget, what was it called? Whatever train album that was. Seven? What was it called? Yeah, Shrek 2 soundtrack. With a gun to your head, best album when you're 9 years old, Shrek 2 soundtrack. That is your answer. That is the right answer. Um, you were 9. Well, that's not too far off from Inverse being 13. I was 5 back then. I turned 5 that year. Midway that year in July. I was 4 years old for about half of 2009. Dang. Bet you loved them more. Found out they were named Train. Yeah, And I did expect more out of them. If they're named Train, should have expected more. But I should have known better. Because bands that have names like that, random one-word names, usually are let down. Am I wrong on this? Bands that usually have just like one word, it's an object for the name, usually let down. Pretty much. Have Cargo. That's what I'm telling you. Didn't even have Cargo. They're only carrying their 3 hit songs. They're kind of a 3-hit wonder. They had other ones that were popular, but we all know Hey Soul Sister, Drops a J, Play That Song. They have a song called Play That Song. They have another song called Marry Me. They have a song called Marry Me. So it can be played at weddings. Get married to your soul sister. By the way, just need to put this out here. This is Pat Monahan's soul sister. This is who he's singing about. Like this guy singing about putting Mr. Mister on the radio, or the radio and a stereo. Setting the mood, waiting for his soul sister to come in, who is this. That's his. That's what I'm saying. That is. I mean, there's no way around it. That's his soul sister. Oh man. Next to where is this at? This is California. This ain't California. This is probably Kokomo. They're probably at Kokomo right here. Look at that tower in the background. Probably where they filmed that music video. Fox. You know what? She might be. Oh. Yeah, look at her. Look at her. Ramirez, I will send Pat Monahan's soul sister down there for you. She'll keep you warm. Man, where'd she come from? She very likely comes from Fox News. By the way, is she giving him that much of a? She giving him that strong of an excitation that his hair standing up like that? I've only seen hair stand up like that um, during a lightning storm. That is the only time I've ever seen hair do that in a lightning storm. The wife from Recording to Jim. Hold on. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. This guy even has the. This guy has the same. This guy looks like Pat Monahan without hair. Is this guy not Pat Monahan with less hair? He has the same head shape. Oh no. Hook, you are maniacal. Oh no. Oh. You know. Oh, I have to. Where does Pat Monahan's wife come from? Mm. All right. This is too perfect. This night is going just unexpectedly perfect. Right? Do you all want to guess what Pat Monahan's wife's name is? Do you all want to throw out a wild guess of what her name is? Pat Monahan's soul sister. Hook, I have a feeling you know it. Don't look it up. Just throw out your immediate guess, and I almost guarantee you it's going to be right. Stacy, Malcolm Ramirez, you're European, so that's excused, but no. It's blatantly obvious. It is much more obvious than you might think. Like, we all know this. Like, it's going to be obvious. Ramirez, like, for us especially, we should get it immediately. Tiffany, you all are overthinking. Oh. It's when you. I have a feeling Hook is going to get it. And when he does. You're all going to. I don't know what you're all going to do. Yeah, Hook. Yeah, we've been needing you here. People have been throwing out guesses on what his Pat Monahan's wife's name is, which I just found out. And Karen, a bit too on the nose, I think. It's something that you all are going to lose it at. Hook. Okay. I thought you'd get it right off the bat. Are you ready for this? Monahan met his second wife, Amber Peterson. How is that not obvious for you all? It's Amber. I told you all you're gonna flip your lid. How is this even happening? How skull? How is this even possible? Like, how is this that perfect? Of course, Pat Monahan's soul sister is an Amber. It kind of even looks like her. A little bit. If Amber was a blonde. Kind of even looks like her. Let you out? Oh no, I'll let Soul Sister Amber let you out. Soul Sister Amber. Oh man. This world we live in. This world. Ever guessed Amber? Whoa. Whoa, dude. Your stream is either way behind or you've been lurking, Jesse. But welcome, man. This is first time being here, I think. Welcome to the streams. Good to have you. But no, this is yeah. We live in the world where a man named Pat Monahan writes a song about his soul sister, Amber Peterson. Small world, I tell you, and they're going to like the set of the Beach Boys' Kokomo music video, which it was some Disney resort that they did where that video was filmed. So that's the world we live in. Just to catch you all up with that. Yeah. Whereas when she comes down there, be sure to put on Mr. Mister on the radio and a stereo once she gets there. Oh man, how did we even get off this far? Well, yeah, I was trying to think of what songs I was listening to in 2009. The Wiggles. That was mainly my 2009 soundtrack for 4 and 5-year-old me. That was I think the end of the Wiggles golden era. Old. I was trying to say age and era at the same time. Kind of the end of their golden era. Sam had replaced Greg, and it just wasn't the same. Sam's great. Love Sam. Just couldn't be a Greg. Just could not. There cannot ever be another Greg. I must say. Cannot go stream without bringing up the Beach Boys. That's the world we live in verse. Ain't no escaping from it. But like the Doodle Bops, I probably did without knowing it. Giant Buns coming in here, replying to comments without even saying hello to the streamer, the host at first. Maybe you can treat your rabbits like that, but not. I'm joking. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Good evening, Mr. Giant Buns. People were telling me that your muke was mited earlier, and they were telling me to go help. I would have if I did not have a schedule to keep here on here. There'll never be another purple wiggle to me than Jeff. It's purple's your. That's what I'm saying. You know, the original lineup was just irreplaceable. You know, that was the original lineup, not the one that just that just became known. That was the solid original lineup. You know, yeah, we really cannot be going around replacing any of them. Sam was able to hold it out for a while, but when Greg went, it all went went down after that. The buns probably chewed something on. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm hoping you're keeping those rabbits all in one room all the time, so they can't go out and be chewing up your stuff. Cold spaghetti, that's what I'm talking about. So you know it. Hook, out of everybody here, he's probably one of the only ones man enough to admit that he remembers the lyrics to the Wiggles hit songs. That's what we have to respect. The Aquabats. Oh, wow. What is this? The Fantastic Four gone wrong. These guys were. They seem like they really wanted to be the Wiggles, but they couldn't outdo the Wiggles. Obviously, nobody can be the Wiggles, so they had to go in disguise for it. Cannot think of any of their songs and wouldn't know any right off the bat. So, I mean, I ain't going to be saying too much about them, but that's the impression that they gave me. That isn't coming to me that quickly, Jesse. That one's not registering to me. I'd probably know it if I heard it. Ramirez stuck in your basement. He tried to pull a Timothy on me. That's what happens. You know. It's a warning for if actual Timothy ever ventures around here. They had a show on Discovery Kids. Discovery Kids. What was Discovery Kids? Why am I drawing a blank on that one? I know I've heard of it. Yeah, there's. That's what you got to be expecting for going out and pulling a Timothy out here in the sticks, at least. But yeah, and Ramirez, that's gonna teach you to appreciate real music. I have to say. But man, what was I even talking about? Yeah, the Wiggles. That was my soundtrack for 2009, mostly. But yeah, Hey Soul Sister falls in there somewhere or another. But yeah, how did we even get there? Yeah, we're reminiscing about 2009. Anyway, let's jump back to present day. I was going to talk about the last day I was there with my visit. But yeah, the second day we went over to the place that had a very, very nice, very extensive botanic garden. And it's a bit of an odd time of year to go over to the botanic gardens, seeing as, well, it is March, and it's, well, a bit up north. And so yeah, not surprisingly enough, most of their outdoor plants were were not in the most alive state, but some of them were budding. They definitely were, but the a lot of their I don't know nothing about plants. We call them that are alive throughout the whole year. Couldn't give a dime about plants. These aren't my plants, by the way. Maybe finally going to address the plants. Those are not mine. Those were stuck in here because the living room was too full with plants. It's too filled. It was filled to the brim enough. So these plants were stuck in here, and I never have ever watered them. I never have them on my mind because they ain't my plants, and I ain't got that plant-oriented mind, I'm afraid. But yeah, their whatever you call their plants and trees that were their plant tree that was that's alive all year long. Those are out and about in their full bloomage. So we got to experience that. You got to put your big boy plants on. These are the small boy plants. You should see some of the ones in the living room. This house is it's like madhouse in some areas. If you acquire my drift. Tech mind over plant mind. Yeah, I don't even know what alleyway my mind would find itself down between those two. Like, obviously I'm surrounded by all this tech here, but I'm definitely not tech savvy. But I feel like plants would be more simple and easier for me to understand, yet I rarely even think about them. So I've got a foot in both territories, I guess. But what I would be more knowledgeable about, have more of an orientation of mind, I can't say. Sup, Hero Mall? Good evening, man. And I got to put my stream second after the after Captain Kira's stream. Now that's how you roll. Even though I start my stream before hers, I know you have to get your priorities straight. Would you be tech? I don't know. You know that plant. Well, you're gonna have Amber Peterson go and warm you up. Ramirez. You want to do an art stream? Okay. What kind of art you gonna be doing, Mary Jesse? Morty, my guy, or is this Pace? I hope it's Morty. Yeah, no, I'm talking about Pat Monahan's wife. That's what we're doing with our time. We're talking about the wife of lead singer of Train, who happens to be named Amber as well. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, the plants and the trees there that were alive were, you know, they were there. So got to experience that. So that kind of made up about half of the what they had there. So, you know, it at least was a nice place to walk around. You know, very, very nice landscape. You know, there's many different paths you can walk. You know, through the fields, over the lakes. There's even my favorite part was, I think their highest point of elevation there, which was this little hill that was covered in trees. I think it was their Japanese section, and so most of the plants there were alive, and so you could just go up there and, you know, walk through the trees. Quite nice. Probably their nicest area. You did artwork for comic planning, the Brat Gang and Fantastic Four. All right, well, we will keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But yeah, lost my train of thought. Yeah, we're talking about trains so much I lost my train of thought. But one of my favorite places there happened to be. I have a photograph of it. No, I have several. Oh, there was also this. Before I forget, these botanic gardens had a Carillon Tower. For whatever reason, they had a Carillon Tower. So that elevated my respect for that place by a whole lot. If they got a Carillon Tower, you know what? They know what is up. So automatically ranking them above both Metra and Olive Garden, just for the Carillon. And if the door was unlocked, the thought crossed my mind of going in there and just doing a little motif or two in there. Nothing that's going to be throwing anybody off. But they had that because if I see a Carillon, there's no way I don't have an urge for it. But yeah, there was this other section that I was not expecting them to have, but this was their model railway garden. This garden of theirs that just had this, I believe it was an O scale layout. Just going around the whole place. And it had all these very nicely designed landscapes with it. And more you can see now. Yeah, there's these tracks going across the pond. Somebody put a definite amount of work into this. Like this trestle here, all sticks. Yeah, that was quite impressive. Like this thing was built out of all sticks. They had like all the elevated rail portions are made up of this. Looks like they took just a bunch of branches of the same size and put them together, and that was what was supporting most of the elevated tracks. But yeah, they also had things like this. I think this was a carved rock. Like somebody put a definite amount of effort into this, and it was funny because who built it? Not sure who it was, but the same people who did actually had a little exhibit at a museum that was it's in a city that's about an hour away from me. So that was the first time I had seen that type of layout, but then I immediately recognized it when we went there. So I would have to find out who the builder was, but that's not their only work. Definitely, it's a unique handiwork that you could tell from anywhere. Which president was that? This one. This one, Morty. Yeah, see, it was this guy. Just a respectable, trustworthy guy you'd vote for, don't you think? See? Star Spangled. Star Spangled over here. That guy looks like a bag. Well, there's a lot worse that's gotten voted in. People like to vote for people of that type. So, wouldn't be complaining too much. Yeah, Morty not saying hi. I'd seen this guy before, this Xavier guy. I did not know that was the same guy. Yeah, I'll unlock the people from the basement after I get voted in, and I abolish marijuana in this country. Then it'll be safe for all the people to exit the basement, so they will not be exposed to that infectious smoke. Right? It's a choking hazard. They might choke on the smoke, and they might start becoming accustomed to it. So that's when it's safe. I'm out here for everybody's safety. You know. So that will be in my next term. I see the pattern, how the pattern's going to go already. People are going to get absolutely fed up with Trump, as they did before in his past presidency. They all wanted him back, but they're all going to get fed up again. That is the cycle. But the only difference is, next time, there ain't going to be no Joe Biden to get in there and try to steal everybody's hearts. Ain't going to be no Joe Biden. It's going to be me. So, expect that to be the next great election. This one was quite subpar, I must say. You know, as soon as Kamala stepped in, became disinterested. But next time. That's what I'm saying, you know. I'll be shoveling the last bit of dirt on top, and I'm going to be taking a selfie next to the headstone, like that one meme image with the guy next to it. That is going to be my campaign photo, right there. Welcome, Dahmer. It's been a while since you've been here. And your profile, wow, that is a blast from the past. Dang. I brought up Gage Catalyst earlier this week. That was the first time I thought about that guy in a while. Dang. But good choice. Better with him than having Jeffrey Dahmer as your profile. Play us a song from your violin. I would have to prepare one. That's one instrument. I have to say, not versed on that too well. But I could for our next stream. If you had a certain request that was playable, clicked on a random live stream and you're engaged was in the chat. Whoa, that's just plain misfortune. A random live stream, just a totally random one. That's strange. You may be cursed. You may sadly be cursed. Disappointed in you for having hair. Yeah, he, what is in the corner over there? Yeah, he cannot, he can't, see, it's the soul patch, I'm telling you. He would not be too pleased with that, because he can't even get the soul patch in. And I've got that now, so, dang. I think you're right. Come to Utah? I can't think of anything that, any relevance out there that would be to me. Maybe if I visited Four Corners, that's somewhere that I thought would be nice to visit. So maybe, only maybe. Grow full beard. That is what I had thought of doing for a while. That's what I always wanted to do when I was a kid. I always dreamed of having a big, long, full beard. But you know, this is me at this stage is coming about right as I'm doing this and solidifying myself and my persona here, and I feel like this is sticking. You know, I feel like it's this has been around long enough that it's slightly unchangeable at this point. Persona or for yeah. See, yeah. Now I'm not going to be growing any more hair because since you brought that up, yeah. Forget about the full beard now. Yeah, that's we did not need you bringing up that notion at all, but at least we can be glad that we are Tomster free at this point. Favorite red jacket behind you? No, that is not. Looks real nice, but doesn't fit me too well. But Manny rocks it. Manny rocks it. If I could find that, if I can one that is to my size and to my cuttings, we're wearing that thing out. But fortunately, the only place I have for it. Yeah, I'm sure you would, Tori. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Man. Any of you remember that call-in? That one call-in from... It was 2 years ago. Well, kind of 2 years ago. It was 2023 at this point. Yeah, when Tomster was there. And, yeah, Hook, you were there, too. I don't know if Hook's still here, but, yeah, Tomster and Tori and Hook. I was there briefly. Colby was there. He wasn't making the situation too much better, I have to say. And then that guy, CJ Wolfhart, was there too. He was just kind of extraneous, but, and yeah, Tori and Hook carried that. And I just put in my little 2 cents, if you will, midway through. Yeah. Ever gotten scared by your mannequin? I haven't. But other people, on the other hand, man, the amount of times that my mother's gone passed by this room where the door has been slightly open and it's dark in here. Oh man, all the times where I've been in another room, I hear her go, and I hear her walking by here and going, "Oh my gosh!" I get a kick out of that personally. I don't think she does, even though she might not admit it. But I didn't want to talk. hopefully nobody. Hopefully nobody, man. I'll tell you, at my New Year's party, why the hate? Okay, Robert. We'll fill you in later. We'll fill you in later. To make a long story short, furryism. That's all I'll say for now. Oh, and that too, Stickspell. Although that's kind of, I feel like that's kind of eclipsed by the furry thing. I mean, not in all reality, but like in terms of people's perception, it's usually the what the furry thing is what comes to people's minds first and foremost. What was I gonna say? Oh, but yeah, I was gonna say after we were so rudely disturbed, there was at my New Year's party for last year slash this year. I put Manny in the bathroom, in the main floor bathroom. That's how I roll. That is how I roll, at least. And I'm almost thinking maybe I should not be saying this here because if anyone is going to be here and they're going to be at a party of mine, I want them knowing about that before the end. I'm trying to tell a funny story here, Robert, and you, Robert, come on. No, Robert. Robert, no. Robert, anyway, you know what? I had this slight inspiration to do this, but this is not at all what I had planned for this stream, or any of my streams. Okay. We're going to go back and review that old call-in. I remember what stream it was. It was the stream titled Mad Monday. You all might remember that stream for a couple reasons. I remember it because I was on that stream. I was on the stream 3 times. I got called into that stream 3 separate times at different parts of the stream. That was the time that I called in just to show off my my recent harvest of dogwood berries that I had filled a basket with, and I was wanting to show Jack because I thought that'd be relevant to him. Thought that'd be cool. But of course, our match got brought up, our boxing match, which was still going to happen at that point in time. And that's, of course, the last straw when Steven was really pressuring him about it, and Jack ended up walking off stream and saying that he would not box a retard. So there was that. And then, of course, later in the stream, there was the Tomster thing. It was one of the most aptly named streams of all time that they did. Mad Monday.
You can save hundreds visiting Mutual.
No, I can't. I'm not going to. I doubt anybody here has the timestamp for it. I just remember when the stream was, so I know where to find it. But when exactly that moment happened, I ain't sure. And YouTube's being slow. Try this a different way. goodness. I'm getting there. Did not think I'd have to. I was going to pop up an old stream on here, but here we are. I remember about when it was. I don't know. I remember the thumbnail too. Mad Monday. Here we go. Here, I'll try to find it. Hold on. By the way, I'm not signed in here on this Chrome tab. So if you all are at all confused by the Kanye West recommendation, that ain't me. That ain't me. That I ain't like that. Okay, I'm trying to find the timestamp. Okay. Oh, Tori, you timestamped this year. This might be it.
There are people out there that I have seen that go
Oh,
tails and shit, and I don't fucking do that. I don't do that at all because I like to see myself as a genuine person in public. So I always dress nice. That's why I always smell good when I go out. It's always why I always
smell
present
good
myself.
when he goes.
That still doesn't change the fact that you're sexualizing animals.
Yeah. That's called the private stuff known as fantasy, not realism.
Oh, now you're admitting to it.
There's literally no difference.
Oh, I forgot about that.
If you draw a child or to look a certain way, there's
Those are adults, just to let you know.
Hook.
Do you really think?
No, Topster. I'll stop you right there. Whenever someone makes the child comparison, they're not saying. Nobody thinks you're a pedophile. Nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks you're sexualizing children. They're just saying they're making the comparison of, well, if someone jerked off to a drawing sexualizing a child, that would be no different, and they would be considered a freak. Same with animals, is what they're saying.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I just don't.
What was that, Topster?
But I don't really know what you want to say, to be honest, man, because it's just simply it's a thing that a lot of people like. You know, cartoon art's been a thing since the 1930s. So
Who cares?
Like heroin, but they go to jail.
Heroin is illegal and kills people. It's very different than porn, buddy.
It's addictive substance. You're obviously addicted.
Not really addicted. I have a life, buddy. I actually go and work. I make money.
Yeah, you work to pay for your blood.
Collecting animals does hurt them, so...
No, I support my family, actually. I support my family and friends and community, so don't you ever come up with that shit.
Oh, how was Steven not
Yeah, I'm sure they
jumping
love
out of his seat?
Oh, yeah, no, they do. Yeah, they absolutely do. Unlike the amount of boyfriends that you probably have had that you've probably cheated on.
Cartoon, I'm telling you.
Why are you going after her sex life? Are you just mad that you don't get any and you have to jerk off to animals?
I have it, buddy. I had it.
Good evening, Skynet.
I have it, buddy.
Welcome back, man.
Yeah,
You
that's
came
why
at the,
last person you were with
quite
was
the
4
time.
years ago. But, you know, you didn't even actually say
I had someone recently. Love. So
Oh,
don't you ever
that
think
emphasis
about
that he
shit.
put on it.
Why do you call everyone love, by the way? I've been hearing that bullshit ever since I wanted to come. Just what the fuck up with that?
Because I like to be genuine. You don't even
Oh.
actually
I don't think that's
exactly.
passive aggressive.
I like to be genuine.
How's that aggressive?
It's passive to seem like you're innocent.
How is that passive aggressive?
Because it's like saying honey during.
Wow.
All right, 1 second. Buttfinger said, Steven, you need to defend Tomster.
Oh.
He's alone. He's being double teamed. Okay, I need to bring in Tomster, a partner, too. Because he is, it is 2 versus 1. Whether you agree with
Hold on.
Tomster or not, it's 2 versus 1. Is there anybody who wants
where's
to
the
hop?
chat
Okay,
replay?
you know what? Since Buttfinger made the suggestion, I'm going to bring in Buttfinger. And Buttfinger is going to defend
There we go.
the furry porn. Hold on. Buttfinger, please
Good luck with that.
please come into the call-in room, Buttfinger. Please
Gabriel.
come into the call-in room.
Gabriel.
Buttfinger.
Come on.
Buttfinger said no. Well, you're the one that suggested it.
Yeah, why even
You're the
suggest
one
it?
that suggested it, Buttfinger. Sorry. But
Mechanical butter
so-
composer.
So yeah, Tomster and Tomster. I think what this comes down to is I don't think Tori and Hook Slogan hate you. They don't think you're like a evil. Well, I don't know. Hook Slogan said you're a Nazi, so he might think you're evil. But I don't think Tori Boo thinks you're like an evil, hateful person. There's just a major disconnect sexually, and although she finds it concerning, Tomster, can you clarify? You would never do anything with a real life animal.
God no, man. God no. I'd rather have my arm cut off than do that shit.
Okay.
Person's gonna say that.
So, Tori Boo, do you, in all honesty, do you think he has actually acted in real life with this?
I don't know him, so I can't say for sure. I don't doubt it. There's literally been people that have been outed, and been arrested for it that have worked with animals. So it's just saying oh, I like animals, I would never do that. Doesn't really mean shit. Same as how pedos target children and they work around them.
Right. Okay.
How much peanut butter do you buy?
I don't buy any peanut butter. It's not my thing.
Just curious.
Just
I'm
curious.
just not into that stuff, man, to be honest.
The peanut butter question, by the way, that didn't have anything to do with the dog stuff. That was just an irrelevant question, I'm assuming.
Oh, no, I used to, but not now anymore these days.
Oh, Tomster, don't say that, bud. Don't say that. But can someone come in the call-in room and defend
why am
Tomster?
I even laughing at
Come on,
this?
Tomster needs a teammate here, man. Come on. There is another furry out there. I know one of you is into this shit. I mean, come on. Somebody has to come in, man. Somebody has to come in. Ask Benny.
Steven, he just.
Oh, okay. We have some people.
loves drama.
Okay, looks like CJ.
Wait a minute. I got some guy who can help me as well. I got Smokey Bandit as well.
Oh no!
CJ,
Oh,
would you
he's
like
got
to
Smokey
defend- would you
Bandit,
like to
Joe
defend our boy
Tistic
Tomster here?
to help him,
CJ,
He said, hold up, I know someone.
I have a guy. Hold on, guys.
and
I
his
have a
guy was Joe Tistic.
Okay.
Why would he
Some
be?
monsters in the call-in lounge, but I'm afraid he's going to get off subject. We'll try him for
He's
a
trying
second.
to call us all degenerates.
You're all disgusting to Sir Monster. Sir Monster, would you like to defend Tomster here? What was that? Why does everybody keep 1 seconding me? Okay, there you are. Okay, Sir Monster, are you here to defend Tomster?
Alright, so I think really what everyone really needs to understand about Tomster is that, he's misunderstood, but what I really think is coming from is... Can you even hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. I can hear you.
Yeah. I can think of, a couple things that we really need to consider. So, Tomster, what I really think is,
Psych! Tomster, you need help.
Oh, was that you, Sir Monster? Oh, Sir Monster just left. Oh, Sir Monster, you bastard! Damn! No, he didn't offend you, but he also didn't defend you. You know what I mean? Damn, Sir Monster. I didn't think Sir Monster had that in him. I didn't think he had.
I
that
had
in him. That was crazy.
to.
That didn't catch me off guard, man, to be honest. They used to Magnum fire off right next to my ear.
I did not see that coming. I genuinely did not see that coming. But
Should have. If I'm here defending Tomster, No, that's.
How long have you?
Had
How
to.
long have Hook and Tori? How long have you two had these feelings about Tomster?
I don't even know.
Just as soon as like was it when the pictures got leaked?
It's not even just like his profile picture, because obviously he's a furry, but like there's been other stuff that I've seen in chat and in Discord.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What shit do you want to say? That's what I'm interested.
Anyway, if y'all want me to play more of this, I can, but it just kind of goes on and on after this. But I don't know. Maybe we had enough of that. We can have only just enough exposure to this kind of thing. Robert Hayes says keep it playing, although Robert does not have the most popular opinions of. He has not had the most popular of opinions out of everyone here. So I'm gonna wait for some of the suggestions. Yeah, but yeah, this moment was iconic for the ones who were there. Oh, stick spell. I mean, yeah, you can think that, but that is not what we need to be imagining as of now. Especially not right now. No. I ain't gonna delete your comment. It ain't that at that point, but stick spell no. Stick spell no. Anyway, I ain't hearing anybody else say they want me to play more of this, but I'm just gonna get out of here. I'll leave it up. I'll still leave it up on this tab. I'm really tiny down here. Yeah. Scale me up some. There we go. Yeah, dang. Where do we even go from there? Huh. But aside from all that, what I was talking about earlier was went to that topic from talking about the nice botanic gardens. But anyway, yeah, it was quite nice, very nice time walking around those gardens, and just seeing what all they had there. It's my first time going there, but next time if I ever get around that area this year, it'll certainly be when they're when all their more seasonal plants are out in bloom. But yeah, that was basically most of the day of my last day there, because I had to cut out of there real quick, leave. But we did stop by before I left. We did stop by a very nice, very nice, pleasant little vegan bakery. So if the day ends with a bakery, I'd call that a good one. You know, I'd call that a good day. And the guy there, he already ate everything. I don't blame you. I would have gotten through all of that in like 2 days tops. Tops 2 days. Like if it was that one day, they'd most likely all be gone by now for you. But yeah, although I only ate half of the piece of cake that I got there. I guess I wanted to save it for after I got back. I don't know. That was very unlike me to only eat half of a slice of cake. What was I gonna say? Yeah, if you didn't notice in some of the pictures, had on the Oak Ridge Boys shirt, and I was not at all expecting the guy in the vegan bakery to be this older, foreign sounding guy who ended up being quite a fan of Southern rock. He was asking me, "Is that ZZ Top there?" And he's saying that he loved ZZ Top. He saw them and Leonard Skinner, and there was some of the best concerts he'd ever seen. Said Billy Gibbons was one of the best guitar players he'd ever seen. So that that was unexpected, but that was a nice surprise. Like, wow, this guy's cultured. You know, I got respect for this guy. Oh, I thought you were. I thought you were responding to what I said, Tori. No, it's Morty. Morty's being Morty. Morty, there's just enough questioning that you can do. There's Morty, you'll learn someday. You will learn someday. Now we're going to spark this conversation in the chat. Morty, I don't want to have to feel sorry for having you here, but all I'm hoping is that you ain't going to be distracting our chat too much, I'll say. But yeah, Morty, you a fan of Bob Dylan? You a fan of that Dylan guy? That song he has, Times There Are Changing, where it says, "Don't criticize what you can't understand." You ever heard that? I don't know. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But just keep that in mind. I'd keep that in mind, man. Mad? I'm mad? I seem mad to you, Morty? I just know what, I know you, Morty. I know that, the certain conversations and topics that you start they can go on. We all know that. So, I'm just looking out for the situation here. Yes, right. Morty, man. But anyway, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, it was a nice end to the trip. You know, stopping at this vegan bakery and being run by a guy who's a total hardcore Southern rock fan. Who lives in this area, who lives in that area, of all places. So, pleasantly surprised, and it was good. I got a piece of, a slice of lemon cake with that powdered sugar icing. Oh man, that's leaving you wanting more. It's like, that, it's one of the rare occasions when you find yourself going back wanting the icing, more of the icing than the cake. You know? That's one of the few times where the icing tops the cake. You know? You'd be satisfied with more icing and fewer cake, and less cake, you know? Rare occasion. It's uncommon, but it can happen. And that situation, it did. But that was the conclusion to that. I think it was 3 days out of my spring break well spent. I think so. I hope it was you felt the same way, Tori. But I found it worth it. Spent the past 2 days of the spring break doing just about nothing. But that was good time taken out of it. You know, 5 hours there and back, completely worth it. Yeah, so, okay. Well, that's all I need to know. You know, now I'm pleased with it. But, dang, I only have 2 more days of the spring break left. What am I even going to do? Homework is what I have to do. But, you know, it was a good chunk of time to put off the homework I needed to do. So, it was worth it. I'm glad I made that trip up there. Never too late to download Minecraft and play Tori and Casey. Is he right? Xavier. I'm calling you Xavier now. Xavier. What do I keep telling you? Cap it there, man. Leave it be now. Take the Pans server. Where was he at? Where's Take the Pan should have been there. Should have been there with us. Yeah, it's Take the Pan. Yeah, where is he at? That's what I'm wanting to know. Xavier, I'm at the point of getting out the cookies. I'm at the point of getting out the cookies, just giving you a cookie and patting you on the head and just pushing you out your little doggy door. I'm at that point. Oh, Winverse. You're one to talk. You are one to talk. No, they're oatmeal raisin cookies. Xavier. Nobody likes those except me. Alright, Morty. I mean, you can come along with Pace when we get that. When we end up doing that, so. Morty. Just it's the Saturday night. It's Saturday night. You should be able to have you should be able to chill out here. I should go first. Just go against him. You know. See, we'll get him warmed up. Or me, whatever you want to do. Anyway, why are we making this the Morty Show? This ain't gonna be the Morty Show. Like I'm saying, I know how that your conversations can be on Discord. I've seen the extent. So I'm just looking out. I'm just looking out for the sanctity and of my own stream. Anyway. Angry cat emojis. I'll take them all day. But by the way, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a very, very, very nice couple days of not having to do homework and just enjoying the time. But I was glad to finally get back here onto my true territory, the certified sticks. It's good to get back here eventually and be here with all the things I love. You know, the sticks, the birds, the flowers that are finally starting to bloom. You know, the wood smoke that's carried across the ridge, and my neighbors, which might be the one exception. Actually, might very well be the one exception. Yeah, that's I'd scratch that off the things of around here that I like. Scratch that off of my things that I most love. My neighbors that out here. How's the drive? Drive was good. Drive was just fine. Getting out of the city, I had no clue what I was doing. Because it took me right through the city. Had zero clue what I was supposed to do. But actually, the maps ended up taking me on a quite convenient way, even though I thought I had gone the wrong way. It was quite pleasant. I was able to get out of the city, and after that, smooth sailing from then on. Just flatlands, nothing too complicated. But these neighbors of mine, that is a total joke. But there is one thing that is still not sitting right with me. It's these neighbors. These neighbors of mine. I can name 2 in total. Who, they ain't gonna be watching this stream, so I ain't got nothing to be worried about. The neighbors of mine, the people out here on this ridge in the woods, people who choose to live out here, people who live in the woods who do not want to live in the woods. How many stops on the drive? I took 2, I think. I'm trying to remember. Actually, I think I took 1. I don't. Yeah, I was. No, yeah, I did take 2. One to get gas, and another to go and get this pizza from this place that said it was famous deep dish pizza. So I went over there, but it turned out they did not open until 4 p.m. So I likely ain't going there again. But I ended up stopping at this other place that served served fajitas to go. So I got me some fajitas, and that satisfied me enough for the rest of the day. Anyway, but I was gonna say, these neighbors who live in the woods, but seem like they do not want to live in the woods. They move out here voluntarily, and they transform the property to mimic identically just your average suburban neighborhood property. Like the same kind of lawn, the same kind of space, the same kind of dimensions as any other suburban property. They take out all the trees, they spend way too much, they put in way too much effort planting new grass where the trees they cut out used to be. They just spend too much attention on this place like it is a suburban neighborhood when it is the exact opposite place. The exact opposite place. It's a ridge. And when I say ridge, like the road, the 1-lane road on here that has only has room for 1 car at a time is the only flat portion. On both sides of this, on both sides of the road, it just goes down. It just goes down. My yard is not flat. It's on a slope. This house is on a slope. And it's the woods. So why on earth would you go out here and try to recreate the most average suburban property? Why would you want to recreate that same landscape, the same kind of lawn, the same kind of look? Why would you move out to the trees when you can't stand the trees? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's quite perplexing to me. And it's happened with 2 of my neighbors so far, that they've done that very thing. And I'm just looking at looking at it, shaking my head, going, just why? Why did you move out here? If you want to recreate this suburban property, why don't you go and get one that's already there? It ain't like there's any shortage of those properties in all the areas that are identical to that in town. I ain't seen the sense in going out into the woods and spending all that time and money and resource to recreate that in an area that is not that at all. Yeah, it's just something that will probably always perplex me till the end of time. It is sort of the bane of my existence, but no, as I said earlier, I'm not scratching those neighbors off. I love all my neighbors. I love thy neighbor, but that will not ever stop. That'll not ever stop me from being perplexed. Never mind, they want something they don't, and they get out stuck with the thing, trying to move away from. Yeah, like, I'm just trying to think of what is going through those people's minds when they're making the decision that here would be a good place. I mean, this is out of the way. This is out of the way. You have to go down the highway, and then this is a one-lane road. It's out of town. It's barely within the city limits. Not terribly far from a lot of the main parts of the town. But I just cannot imagine the thought process of taking a look at this property and thinking, that's where we want to go. If they have that kind of mindset, that average suburban family mindset. Yeah. I guess so. But it seemed, from all the effort that they put into all of it, it would give you the impression that they know what they want. And they have quite a good idea of what they want. But still, it makes no sense. At all. And the most silly part of all of it, it really is laughable that this one set of neighbors that we have, they did all this work there. Like, they plowed away all these trees. Like a very, very considerable amount of trees down the valley. And they don't use their that area that much. They got all the grass planted there. They barely use it for anything. But what the silliest part of it is that they stuck a trampoline back there, a full-size trampoline that is perched on the hillside. And it's not just a slight hillside; it is a steep downgrade that they have the trampoline perched on. How much gas did you pay? Not too much. But they have this trampoline out here. And my yard, I would not even dream of having a trampoline out here. When I was a really, really young kid, I wanted a trampoline. I wanted to have a trampoline out in the yard. From, seeing other people who had them out in their yards. But my dad said, what, no way, trampoline out here? This yard ain't stable. This yard ain't flat enough. And compared to the yard that they have, this yard's pretty much flat. The part that they live on is a ton more steeper than this. And still, here, not a good idea to have a trampoline here. It is not flat. It will be diagonal on the ground. It will not be level ground. Not a good idea. So on this hillside, where are they getting that from? And I do not know how this thing has not, and I've seen them using it, so I have no idea how this thing has not just gone and rolled. You know, how this trampoline has. So, Monster, do you have ADHD? I might. I don't know. It's not something that is that very concerning to me. But, hello, hello, Colonel. But I know, man. But yeah, it is beyond me how this trampoline is still up there on the side of the ridge. It is a disaster waiting to happen, but even worse, this family has 2 kids. They're quite young, but when they are growing older and they're using this thing, I'm just theorizing that one day one of them is going to jump too high and going to jump over the net, because that's what happens all the time. I mean, you've seen all the videos on America's Funniest Home Videos and everywhere, all the trampoline fails where somebody jumps too high and they go out of the net. When these kids get older, one of them's going to do that, and there ain't nothing from stopping this kid plummeting down the valley. There is nothing stopping that. The only thing that's going to be stopping this kid are the trees that he's going to be smacking his head on. So, again, the best way I can describe it is perplexing. I have the urge of asking them, but I feel like they would not take too kindly to it. I doubt they're watching. You get a cool story to tell when you get older. Yeah, if you can speak afterwards, when you're older, and in the institution for people with head injuries, you can tell it to your doctor. Tell it to the multiple doctors you have as you get older and start developing brain issues. I know I'm somebody who knows what he wants. I'm out here living it up. I would not have rather grown up anywhere else than out here in the sticks. It is really just all I could ask for. And I can acknowledge that and appreciate that every day. Every day. I could be out here. Even earlier today, when I was out there in the sun, one of the few sunny days we've had, the cool, warm breeze, just the smell of the woods, the woodland breeze, bird calls, all of it, just the serenity of it all, and the smell of wood smoke as you're out there on your deck smoking some burnt ends, like I was doing today. Come on. That is what it's about out here. That is what it is about. Go out there and live it up in the woods, out there on your deck that is in the trees. You got trees all around your deck, out there smoking some burnt ends. Come on. Is there anything better than that? Is there? You know. Well, if there's burnt ends involved, then I can't be naming too many better things. Oh, come on. I was talking about burnt ends. One of my passions in this world. You know, on my list of things that are eligible for being the greatest things to exist. But now we go from burnt ends to Morty calling Amber. Well, this is the fate these streams have to follow. Ain't like I got much of a choice. How do I? Morty, get in the lounge. Get in the telephone lounge. Morty, are you not on the server? Did you leave? No, you ain't on the server. You're right here. You are right here. You can join the telephone lounge. What am I doing? It's not my stream. Type like a lumberjack. I type like that one Twin Peaks meme. The guy typing with his 2 fingers. Yep. It's the only thing that is known from season 3 of Twin Peaks. Morty, you're giving us dead air. Unless you're trying to play the anticipation game, which ain't working. Was he there? I so much wish I could just drag people into the lounge, but they have to be in a lounge to begin with. Morty, this was your idea. Oh yeah, maybe if you maybe if you get in there. That might be the one thing that'll pull him in. Dang sticks. I appreciate that that commitment. Putting yourself out there, putting yourself on the line. Just for old Morty. Just for old Morty, man. Putting yourself out there as bait. No, nonetheless. Man. You an honorary mod, Sticks. You an honorary mod. Streaming from a millionaire's toke room? I'm an instrument guy. This is the only... This is about just all of what I've ever been able to afford. You know. And barely, too. You know, all instrument guys have a room like this that you'd think is is not like any of the other rooms of their house. Okay, how much longer are we going to wait for Morty? You know what? I'm gonna go cut some corners here. park looks amazing. Oh, I do play. And I'm planning on doing this if we can never get this Morty man, who has wanted to call in. And I guess it's been established that the call-ins are always open. So, anybody who wants to call in can at any time. But you know what? I'm thinking of going and cutting corners right here. I'm just going to call the guy. I'm calling him. Ain't going to be wasting any more of our time. He's offline. Did he just... Is he really offline, or did he just turn his status to that? Okay, I'm done with this guy. No Morty calling. No Morty calling for us. Quite frankly, I'm too disappointed. Spam him. Like with one letter. Do we need to do the one letter spam in his direct messages? One more effort. And then this guy is done. I told him, Mr. Morty Man, we are expecting your call soon. All in individual letters. Well, there he is. You asked me 10 minutes ago. Asked me 10 minutes, my honey. Get in here. You better pick up. Oh, you better pick up. You better pick up this guy. And we're done. The guy is done. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Colonel. Those Morty guys let us down, so don't blame me. Don't blame me for it. I had his chance to hold the power. Well, now he ain't done nothing good for himself this time. The stream chat ain't going to be in his favor next time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Inverse. But I think the only thing that could be a potential remedy to that is the old standby. So, do we all, any of us have a key that we're wanting to hear? Oh, get that out of the way. You know, Colonel, he is an enigma. Best way I can describe him. Yeah, special in quotations. That's an accurate descriptor. But yeah, anybody got a key for me? As long as it's fine with playing in any key except for if it's something, whatever the one that I think Coleman requested last time. I can't remember what it was. F major? There we go. That's a safe one. Safe choice. I thought I would not play in any key we all requested. Okay. Good. F's a good one for harp. It just is. Need to get this out of the way. Much more presentable. Oh, good evening, Lillian. Welcome to the streams. I don't know if you're an exclusive Giant Buns viewer or not, but good to see that we have crossover success here. Well, thank you, Colonel. Appreciate it, man. You'll get to hear the harp probably at the end of every stream that I do. As long as I'm not away somewhere where I'm harpless. But yeah, that's become the old standby for the good old stream ender. It just works. Yeah, we got Giant Buns here as well. Wherever Giant Buns goes, Lillian follows. Maybe that's how it works. Oh, Tori, you're still here. I think you might be one of my most consistent viewers for one stream at a time. Like I don't know if anybody has lasted this long, has been able to tolerate me this long on a single stream before. So I don't know. You might be the first. Unexpectedly nice and tranquil in the middle of some drama. Well, you know what? It works. It's a harp, and harps just have that tendency. They seem to do that. You know, that's just become the classic stream end, and I feel that there's a better way that I could think of to go about it. Big fans of both creators. Well, thank you. I appreciate hearing that, Lillian. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of you and Mrs. Giant Buns around here as much as we can. Yeah, Tori, you were able to put up with me throughout this whole stream and those days that I was out there. So you're a real trooper, I have to say. You know, at least out there we're going and doing things, but I'm just here, and you just have to listen to me the whole time. I was afraid I was kind of taking up too much of the yapping when I was out there, but if you can handle this much, then I think we all can applaud you for that. Even I can acknowledge that. But anyway, I think this will be with the harp. That'll be it's all good. You listen to me. Well, you know what? You don't yap as much, I have to say. So it was a bit easier, but still, even if you did, it wouldn't be no problem. You know. I think you have a bit of a. I think you have a more pleasant voice than I do. You know, I'm just working with what I got here. You know, that's all I can do. But anyway, with the harp ending, that'll be closing us out here. End of stream voice. Yeah, you're gonna have to listen to my end of stream voice. Do I have an end of stream voice? Maybe. So, I didn't notice that until y'all were pointing that out. So, well, you're welcome, Tori. But this is gonna be closing us out here. Had a fun stream, good stream. I had a bunch of talking points that I had planned out. I was thinking, you know, the story of the trip, well, the quick story of the trip was going to be taking up just a little bit of time, but man, these streams, we're really good at getting distracted off the topic here, but is it ever boring? I can't say it is. You know, we're all here for it, so it must be something to us all. No matter what that is. Why didn't you do the outtakes, Bell? You heard me loud and clear. But you'll be hearing me tonight. Hearing me at this time. When I say thank you all for being here and putting up with me this whole time. And Morty. just not leaving this stream aside the whole time. Appreciate you all. You'll have a good one. Good rest of your weekend. And if you're on spring break, get that studying in, because it's going to be coming at you fast in the coming week. But that is all I have to say for now. As always, don't fall too close. Keep the faith. And don't take any wooden nickels.